A federal election has been called, and Ottawa City Councillor Jenna Sudds has put her name on the ballot to be the Liberal candidate in Kanata. Sudds was first elected to council in 2018 and decided to make the switch over to federal politics when the opportunity came knocking. Current Liberal MP Karen McCrimmon announced just weeks ago she would not seek re-election due to health issues. In a statement, she said, "I am facing some health challenges which, though not insurmountable, will demand my ongoing effort and attention. Consequently, I cannot stand for re-election as your member of parliament." Sudds said she decided to run for the job after getting to know her community over the last 3 years. The current city councillor believes she can make a bigger difference on Parliament Hill.
I think, the challenge is in part what is very attractive to this for me. It's the same but different, right? So we are talking at the heart of this about serving people, serving the residents of Kanata Carleton. And there are some big issues that kind of carry on from my role from City Council. And I think front and center, of course, is COVID recovery. At the city level, I've obviously been very involved in serving our community with respect to making sure they had the tools and the information that they needed throughout this pandemic. And at the federal level, of course, there's been some phenomenal work and leadership in steering us safely out of this pandemic.
However, since being chosen as the Liberal candidate for Kanata, Sudds has faced some controversy. She was acclaimed into the position without any nomination race, meaning others who considered running never got the chance. Others are disappointed to see Sudds leave her position at City Hall early, saying she's elected as a Member of Parliament. Sudds has taken a leave of absence from City Hall during the election, but will return to municipal politics if she doesn't win federally.
So I certainly respect if people are disappointed that I won't be completing my term, assuming that all goes well. I respect that. I did run to fulfill my term, my 4 years. However, my hope is that residents will understand and look at this as an opportunity for me to serve them at another level. On different issues, some of the same issues as well. And so that is my hope, that they'll understand that I am even more committed than ever to serve Kanata Carleton.
On issues she's most passionate about, Sudds says she wants to expand rural broadband connectivity, something that became even more important during the pandemic. With more people working and operating from home, access to fast and reliable internet is a necessity. Sudds also says she wants to continue advocating for public transit in Kanata, especially with the expansion of Ottawa's light rail transit line, which should travel to the growing suburb in about a decade.
So Moody Station, which is the furthest west here, will be operational for 2025. The goal would be that we could continue construction right away and continue building into Connect Kanata and beyond. At the city level, we're ready. We have our plans, we have our environmental assessments, but at the city level, it needs to be funded. And so that funding needs to come from the federal government and the provincial government. So I do view this as a role, of course, to advocate at the federal level to push to get that funding to make this become a reality.
Sudds says she has always been a Liberal and strongly aligns with their platform. She believes the Trudeau government did a good job in handling the COVID-19 pandemic, work that must continue as the economy starts to rebuild.
My background is as an economist, and so I've certainly been paying close attention as to how we fared as a country and the programs that our current government have put in place. And I think what's readily apparent is that our Liberal government was there, and it continues to be there for Canadians, whether that be, again, the small business loan program, the CERB program. They very quickly ramped up and provided the assistance that we needed to avoid essentially, one of the biggest economic downturns our country would have experienced since the Great Depression. So, in that regard, we fared very well.
Now, the Liberals won the riding of Kanata with a little over 43% of the vote during the 2019 fall federal election. This time around, Sudds will be up against Jennifer McAndrew as the Conservative Party candidate and Melissa Conrad as the NDP candidate. Charlie Sinach, UIN News, Ottawa.